Okay, everybody, I decided to do a shot breakdown of the forest scene. I've been getting a lot of questions of how I light these and create these. So here it is. I'm going to go through a little bit of how we get this done. So first, I'm going to start with the base layer. This is what comes out of 3D Studio Max. This is the basic background layer. And if you can see, there's a little bit of a backlight, and I'll isolate that. Basically, I use here CC light sweep a lot just to do the backlight. Do that, and you can see how it works. And here's another one. Just add a backlight. If I turn it off, you see the original, and there it is. Here's another. These are just the rocks in the pond, in the forest. Moving on, this is the ambient occlusion. If you recall from previous lessons, ambient occlusion is just a fancy term for shadows. It's just easier to render it as a separate layer. The computer in 3D Studio Max take too long to render it all together. So you render this as a separate layer, composite it afterwards in After Effects via the multiply feature. There's that. So moving on. And this is the robot. I rendered the robot cropped separately. It's going to take too long to render it in its entirety. So it's much easier to just render the cropped robot. Just continue to add these so you can see what it looks like. And then here are the reflection of the leaves. And this is the robot rendered by itself. And again, I use a light sweep just to add a little bit of more of a backlight, just to add more dimensionality, because the light's coming in from the left to the right. And by doing it this way, I can get more control over the image. Here's the ambient occlusion of the cropped robot. And when you added it all together, see, it all merges into the main scene. So this is without, with. Moving on, here it is. This is a reflection of the robot. Now it's kind of hard to see. If I isolate it, there it is. Little robot right there. And here the leaves on the pond. There is motion, they are moving. It's just this is a very large image, so it's kind of hard to do a preview in real time. I'll do a preview of everything on ramp. You guys will see what this looks like after the fact. And this is the lens flare. I use Video Copilot optical flare, so here it is. Now I rendered a separate file of the tree just by itself, just to put in front of the lens flares. Here's the ambient occlusion. Here's another flare. Just get a nice warm feel. That's kind of what I'm going for, a nice warm feel over the image. This is a warm environment. And these are the fireflies, the little bugs. And I use the CC particle world. Here are the settings. I also had a glow, because the glow really helps punch it up, bring it to life. There you go. Now the flare is kind of blocking a little bit of the background, so I just added more of the background just to bring it up more, because it's kind of being hidden. Now here's a tree again, also light sweep. So if I just give more of a backlight to everything, it just helps bring it up, give it more dimensionality. Portions of the leaves. Another ambient occlusion. Here are the weeds in front. Added a camera lens blur. This is what kind of renders out of Max. This is kind of what comes out. Just add more depth to the image. Ambient occlusion. Second ambient occlusion, just give it more weight to it. Now this is a blue light coming in from the right, just to help contrast with the left. Just to give it a coldness, just to reinforce that he just came from the upper world down to this warm world, and it's still just have a cold feeling outside, and also helps separate the two halves. It also adds more color, more saturation. Finally, this is the final adjustment level. Just brings out everything up, makes everything brighter. And there it is. That's the image. So I'm going to do a RAM preview so you guys can see what it looks like. And for more information, head over to the Robot and the Ant website. Be sure to sign up for updates, and thank you for watching.